In this video, we're breaking down State Farm versus AAA auto insurance so you can understand how each company explains its coverage, what you actually get with a policy, and which one might fit your driving lifestyle better. I'm Erin from InsuranceWise, and if you are shopping for auto insurance or you're trying to switch to something that feels more reliable, easier, or more aligned with your daily life, this guide is going to walk you through everything in simple terms. So let's start at that foundation, what auto insurance actually is and why understanding these differences matter. Auto insurance is one of the most important layers of financial protection you can have as a driver. When something unexpected happens, whether it's an accident you caused, an accident someone else caused, damage from weather, damage from theft, or medical bills from getting hurt in a collision, your insurance steps in to cover the cost. Most people don't realize how fast bills add up after an accident. A single fender bender can cost hundreds, a major collision can cost thousands. Medical bills can escalate into tens of thousands, and if you are responsible for someone else's injuries or property damage, you can be held financially liable. Without auto insurance, a single accident can wipe out your savings. Auto insurance protects you in three major ways. It protects your finances if you damage someone else's car or injure someone. If you damage someone else's car or injure someone while driving, liability coverage pays for those costs, so you don't have to. It protects your car if your vehicle gets damaged from weather, theft, or a collision. Comprehensive and collision coverage are there to help you pay for repairs or replace it. It protects your peace of mind. Driving is not predictable. Even if you do everything right, things still happen. Insurance makes sure those moments don't become financial disasters. Both State Farm and AAA offer these protections, but how they explain them and how they package their support is completely different. Now that we've covered why auto insurance is essential, let's break down what each company focuses on, starting with what each one is known for in the industry. State Farm is known for stability, long-term reliability, and strong agent support. They operate on a traditional model. You can talk to a real person, you can get personalized help, and you can rely on a structured step-by-step experience. Their discounts often reward safe driving, loyalty, and bundling multiple policies together. It is the classic insurance experience, steady, predictable, and built around guided support. AAA is known for its membership benefits more than its insurance. When people think of AAA, they think of towing, roadside assistance, jump starts, lockout help, and travel perks. Their insurance is built into this ecosystem. Drivers who choose AAA often want emergency support beyond just paying claims. AAA's coverage is shaped around real-world driving needs, not just accidents. Before we go into State Farm, make sure to click the link down below and it'll bring you to State Farm's page. So now we are on State Farm's auto insurance page. State Farm presents itself with a tone that feels steady and dependable. When you look through how they explain auto insurance, everything is straightforward, warm, and clearly mapped out. They highlight protection in a way that feels familiar, like the insurance company many of us grew up seeing in commercials or hearing about from family. So they go through specific insurance needs. What do I need to get a car insurance quote? And also frequently asked questions. How they present coverage. So State Farm explains their auto coverage in everyday language. They break things down into first liability coverage. So what is auto liability coverage? State Farm liability insurance can be a vital safety net if you are responsible for someone else's injuries or property damage during a covered accident or event. So they go over what liability insurance covers. Bodily injury liability coverage, you got property damage liability coverage, and they also go over what they do not cover. They also break down comprehensive coverage. So comprehensive coverage pays for damage from weather, theft, vandalism, animals, or anything non-collision related. They also break down collision coverage. So collision coverage essentially pays when your car is damaged from hitting another object. They do also go over what it does not cover, so injuries to other people or damage to others' property if you rear end another car, and so on. They also go over uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage, so it protects you if someone else hits you but doesn't have enough coverage. So what does uninsured or underinsured cover? Both coverage types may help cover expenses when you're in an accident with an uninsured at-fault driver who has no insurance. The strength of this layout is that nothing feels complicated. You understand what protects your finances and what protects your vehicle. Not everyone knows what comprehensive or collision means, but State Farm explains it in a way that makes sense even if you've never dealt with insurance before, so there's no guesswork. Discounts and programs. So they do have some vehicle discounts. State Farm also highlights two big programs. They're Drive Safe and Save. So it lowers your rate based on your driving behavior, and also Steer Clear, which helps younger drivers build safe habits and earn discounts. These programs aren't just features, they're long-term cost reducers. State Farm rewards habits and consistency, and not just one-time factors. Families, households with teen drivers, or drivers who want to lower their rate through good habits benefit a lot from this State Farm's approach. Bundle saving. State Farm emphasizes bundling in a strong, very clear way. They say you can save significantly by combining auto with renters, homeowners, condo, or life insurance. So what bundling actually means, if you already have multiple insurance needs, a home, an apartment, multiple drivers, bundling can lower your cost across all policies, not just auto. It also simplifies everything into one company, one bill, and one claims experience. So the sign-up process, State Farm sign-up is very simple. They ask for your name, your home address, date of birth, your email, and the policy start date, which is essentially going to be when it starts. So in order to get your quote, just click Start Your Quote. And to sign up, it is very easy. You put your full name, home address, date of birth, email. The policy start date is here, and then you would read and acknowledge the disclosure. They will also ask you for information about your vehicle, your driving history, how you use your car, any previous insurance, and any past claims. They do not charge you as well because it is just a quote. So you can put in your email address and they will email you the quote. So it's methodical and thorough. The more detailed the process, the more precise your rate is. State Farm wants to match your price to your exact situation so you do not overpay. So overall feel, State Farm style feels guided, thoughtful, and traditional, which is perfect for someone who wants structure and personal support. AAA's auto insurance page makes it very clear who their coverage is designed for and what you're getting from the moment you land on it. The first thing you see is a straightforward value message. Drivers could save an average of $506 with AAA's auto insurance. They immediately position themselves as an affordable option backed by one of the country's largest and most reputable insurance providers. The tone is calm, reassuring, and focused on quality at a fair price. Right underneath, AAA shifts quickly into practicality. There is a clear emphasis on easy access to the things drivers actually need, like managing your policy, paying your bill, pulling up proof of insurance, and filing or checking the status of a claim. This layout shows you something important. AAA isn't just about having a policy, they're about making everyday insurance tasks simple and frustration-free. For people who like being able to handle things quickly online, this is a strong advantage. The next section breaks down the core types of auto insurance AAA offers, but they do it in a way that focuses on real life rather than technical insurance jargon. So we got the full coverage car insurance. AAA explains that full coverage typically combines liability, uninsured motorists, collision, and comprehensive. Instead of assuming everyone knows what full coverage means, they give a simple explanation. It's a bundle of protections that covers both damage you cause and damage done to you. And they point out that what's considered full coverage can vary, which is helpful for people comparing quotes. Collision car insurance. The collision tile explains that this coverage helps pay to repair or replace your car when it's damaged by an accidental collision with another car or an object. The language is simple, direct, and very beginner friendly. If you've never dealt with insurance before, you understand exactly what collision is from this description. Comprehensive car insurance. AAA explains comprehensive car coverage as the protection that pays for damages caused by something other than a collision. Then they list real-world examples like broken windshields, fires, vandalism, theft, and more. And this is useful because a lot of drivers don't realize how many things comprehensive actually covers. Then there is medical payments coverage. So this tile explains that medical payments help us pay for medical bills and expenses after a crash, regardless of who was at fault. They even mention hospital stays and doctor visits. This is valuable for new drivers because most people don't realize medical payments can apply even if you weren't the one who caused the accident. Each of these tiles is written in the same friendly, approachable tone. AAA uses real-life examples, avoids confusing technical terms, and makes each type of coverage feel easy to understand. So for the quote process, AAA walks you through exactly what they need to get your quote started. They list it out very simple. So you have your birth date, gender, the age you first received your driver's license, and contact information. They also explain that they'll pull in additional details automatically, like your driving history and previous claims, so the quote you received is accurate. This is valuable for beginners because it lets you know upfront what information you will need and reassures you that AAA is doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. So AAA's presentation is built around ease and everyday usability. Overall, AAA wants to simplify your life, not just cover you during accidents. From managing your bill to printing your proof of insurance to filing a claim, every major task is right there. It's visible and clickable. Sign-up experience differences. State Farm sign-up process feels like a traditional insurance application, detailed, structured, and focused on long-term accuracy. It is ideal for people who want clear explanations and coverage built around their lifestyle. AAA sign-up feels lighter. You're joining a membership first and buying insurance second. It's simple, more flexible, and built around immediate benefits like towing and roadside assistance. How benefits are presented. State Farm highlights financial benefits that help lower your long-term insurance costs. They reward safe driving through discounts that increase the longer you maintain good habits behind the wheel. They also offer multi-policy savings when you bundle your auto coverage with other policies like renters, homeowners, or life insurance, making it easier to manage everything in one place while saving money. And for families with young drivers, State Farm includes teen driver programs designed to build safer habits and reduce the traditionally higher costs that come with insuring new drivers. Their focus is on helping you save through behavior, loyalty, and long-term consistency. AAA, on the other hand, highlights practical benefits you can use every day. They provide towing when your car breaks down, which can be a huge relief if you're stranded on the road. They offer lockout assistance when you accidentally lock your keys inside your car, and they'll help with a dead battery if your car won't start. If you run out of gas, AAA covers fuel delivery to help you get back on the road. And for longer trips, they offer trip protection benefits that support you while you are traveling. Instead of focusing mainly on financial discounts, AAA leans into real-world, hands-on support you can rely on when something unexpected happens. One is financially protective, the other one is physically supportive. Which experience matches your personality? If you like detailed explanations, long-term support, and knowing your policy was built with care, you will prefer State Farm. If you want help the moment something goes wrong on the road, even if it's not an accident, AAA gives you value every day. State Farm's pricing page doesn't just show you numbers, it teaches you how different levels of protection actually change what you pay. When you look at the basic standard and premium options side by side, you're not just comparing prices, you're comparing risk levels. The basic plan, which is priced at $108.23 per month, is the minimum coverage that meets your state's legal requirements. This is the bare bones category, and you can tell because the bodily injury limits are only $30K to $60K and property damage is $15K. For newer drivers or anyone on a strict budget, it may look tempting, but here is the educational part. Low coverage limits shift the financial risk back onto you. If you were in a serious accident, these limits could be used up quickly, and whatever goes beyond them becomes your responsibility. This is why the price is low. You're buying less protection. The standard plan at $295.35 per month increases bodily injury to $50K to $100K and property damage to $50K. This is where you start protecting your own savings. It also includes emergency roadside service and rental or travel expenses, which tells you something important. The jump in price reflects the jump in real life support once coverage starts, including convenience benefits and medium level liability limits. You're no longer just insuring your car, you're insuring your lifestyle. This is why the standard tier is often the true value tier for most drivers. The premium plan at $321.35 per month offers liability limits at $100,000. The premium plan at $321.35 per month offers liability limits of $100K or $300K and property damage at $100K. Overall, higher limits protect you against the accidents you can't predict, but that do real financial damage. The difference between $100K and $300K in coverage isn't about fear, it's about preventing a single accident from affecting your future income, savings, or credit. And because emergency road service and rental coverage are built in, this plan eliminates almost all of the what-if scenarios you might run into. State Farm's greatest educational value is that the pricing and coverage visually shows you how each dollar is buying you more stability, more convenience, or both. The more you understand these differences, the easier it is to choose a plan that isn't just cheap, but actually protects you the way you expect insurance to. AAA's pricing structure teaches you something important right away. Their insurance is built on top of a membership system, and the membership you choose affects the support you get on the road. AAA shows 3 tiers: Classic at $52 a year, Plus at $87 a year, and Premier at $116 a year, and each one expands the level of roadside coverage. What this reveals is that AAA's value isn't just in insurance alone, but in everyday support you get as a driver. The Classic plan covers the essentials like towing up to 7 miles, fuel delivery, jump starts, lockout services, and flat tire help. This teaches a foundational rule of AAA. Even the base price gives you coverage for the most common roadside problems, which can easily save you more than the membership cost in a single use. The Plus plan increases towing to 100 miles and raises the lockout coverage from $60 to $100, showing you how AAA scales with distance and frequency of travel. If you commute far or travel long distances, this is an educational moment. It shows you how roadside support actually becomes part of your risk management as a driver. The Premier plan goes even further by offering one 200-mile tow per household, higher lockout coverage at $150, trip interruption support, and even free printed and digital passport photos. This teaches another key concept. AAA builds lifestyle value into its pricing, not just insurance value. It's meant for drivers who want peace of mind on long trips and higher tier production. Looking at these 3 tiers side by side gives you a clear lesson. AAA's pricing is not just about insurance cost, it's about how much help you want when things go wrong. The price differences teach you what each benefit is worth and which level matches the way you drive. So which one is better? The truth is, neither company is universally better. They are built for different types of drivers. Choose State Farm if you want a guided, structured insurance experience, access to real agents, traditional stable coverage, safe driving programs, strong bundling savings, long-term reliability. State Farm fits someone who wants clarity and stability. Choose AAA if you want roadside assistance, towing, help during breakdowns, membership perks, travel discounts, practical everyday support, insurance that feels like a full driver protection system. AAA fits someone who drives a lot, travels often, or wants more than just a policy. In both cases, you are getting real protection, just delivered in two completely different styles. So that's a complete walkthrough of State Farm versus AAA auto insurance, broken down in a simple way so you can understand how each one works and which one matches your driving style. If this helped you, give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which company fits you better. And if you want to explore State Farm more easily, I have a link down below. I'm Erin from InsuranceWise, and I'll see you in the next one.